we're gonna talk about a few basic concepts today. We talk about power accumulator. I mean, our straight left arm is our fourth power. And actually works like this. Okay, that's how we move it. There's a pressure point here. It's connected on the body, and then it's actually not the arm. It's like the whole rotation, the moving, the raising up of the left shoulder, which catapults that accumulator towards the bar. But an easy way, the left arm should always be straight. Always. Should be straight. It should be straight at P4. Should definitely be straight at P7. Slightly bent. Some you will see some guys there slightly bent, but why not straight? Easier. And it definitely should be straight at P9. After that, the right arm stays straight, the left arm bent. Okay. Peter is like the only guy who has a straight arm at P7, okay, and all the others you do not, and that is a huge loss of power. Not having a straight arm is a huge loss of power. Okay, and later I will individually see. I will tell you a little bit what you have to do and what you have to work on in order to keep that, because sometimes just thinking about having a straight arm doesn't actually help very much. Okay. Another power accumulator is the second accumulator. It's the loading and later unloading of the wrist. Okay? Two ladies unload that. You unloaded already before before you reach P5. Okay? Yeah. And that is a huge loss of power. If you cannot keep that second accumulator loaded, that is it's a huge loss of power. When you I don't know if when you practically tape yourself or not, I don't know, but when
Can I ask you how you do unload it? Is that an appropriate question?
When do you unload?
How you unload it? When you unload it?
Look, in my world, everything has to be measurable. So here, when we can measure when the club is at P6, when the shaft is parallel to the ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Where your hands are located. Okay. So if you take any professional golfer, the hands will be located somewhere here. Let me show you that. You see how this moves away.
Yes.
It moves in this direction.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You can hit pretty solid balls like that. I'm a living example. But yes, but
what's ideal is the next question.
Ideal. You have major winners, Ernie Els, Vijay Singh. They early extend, as long as you keep it under control. But there comes a bit your question. If you early extend and you ulna deviate, the ball is there.
Either goes straight left or cuts forever. It can never start right and come back to the.
Okay, but your cutting comes because of the extension of the left wrist. You have a pretty straight arm, but these are your cuts.
Yeah.
When your exit is so short, and you extend your left wrist, it close the path to the club face, and that is where you cut the balls later.
So then you've got the chicken and the egg, as in is it the left shoulder stopping, and then the club. You spoke about inertia in your videos.
I rarely talk about inertia.
If your body slows down, then the club keeps going.
That is true. That is true. But your body doesn't slow down. It just moves in the wrong direction. It does not move in this direction anymore. It moves in this one.
Yes.
Okay. And that is where your club has your hands. Okay. Mine does too, but I do not exit like this. No, I exit. We will see today. Today is Monday. I don't know Monday. Day or draw day. Okay, good. But look, a lot of those errors, and especially with the left arm, we can set up already. If your P1 is different, if you force that a little bit or at your setup, that will be better. because none of you actually is set up with the left arm and the club in one line. That is not necessary, but it's a good beginning. Okay, so if you're aware about ball position,
yeah, B0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
okay.
7.
Yeah. Well, it depends how far you can go back. But so B0 will be when my club comes straight out of the shoulder, and then I would decide to play that first ball here. Okay, that will be B0 somewhere. You also could position them on the shoulder, and then if for every ball I go back is another ball position. B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6. Any ball position is good. The outcome is just different. You can decide to play your ball at B10. You're just gonna hit lower balls and bigger draws. The more you position your ball right shoulder, the more it's gonna draw. If you respect the geometry of the swing. If you don't do me anything wrong there. Good. So we start here with a straight arm and with a straight club. Now, if I would play B1 or B2 or B3, B4, B5, B6, I would not alter that. I would always keep it straight. It's not a must, but it's easier. So a lot of you, David the most, set up already like this. That doesn't mean that you cannot recover that later when you impact the ball, your handle is in front, but yours isn't. So easier to set up here. Yeah. So that will be the first thing. At the end, the first fundamental is always having solid impact, and you don't have. No, it varies. It changes a lot. Okay, so to have solid impacts, we must learn to control the low point of the arc, and this is definitely one. This is the most important and element, the left arm, and the second one is the second accumulator. Once you can control those, and I mean, none of you actually, I have seen worse. Now I see guys, they over here. Okay, so once you can control that, you will have better impacts, and then when you start having better impacts, then we will come and see a little bit where the power comes from. For you, that second accumulator, you lose a lot of power when you do that, very, very much. So we're gonna start. You can start hitting, all of you, a little bit shorter clubs, the wedge, a 9-9, something like that, and we're gonna do some shorter swing. P3, we have P1 when we dress the ball, P2 when the club is parallel to the ground, and P3 is when the left arm is parallel to the ground. So we're gonna swing somewhere around P3. I tell the little kids, you have to make me an L. Okay, so you have your second accumulator loaded. And then from there, we're gonna go to P9. P9 is when the right arm is parallel to the ground. Okay, you can slightly unload a little bit your accumulator. It's okay. But if you want to try to keep it forward, even better. So I mean, the most extreme P9 would be with the club pointing to the ground. Okay, there you can be a bit undeviated because you're probably not going to hit the ball. Okay, but if you have a straight, if you can stop here with almost a straight club lined up, that would be great. I'll practice. Let's go.
Do you have a preference on the ball position?
I mean, we usually say B4, but anything B2, B3, B4 is fine for me.